Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Nina Permatasari. In this video, I will discuss and explain an interesting topic in linguistic mood system. Our focus is on a narrative text entitled is My Days in Bali. This text reflects a personal experience while incorporating various grammatically elements that are key to understanding how meaning is constructed in language. You might be wondering, what is the mood system? Simply put, it is a framework in functional grammar that helps you analyze how sentences convey different types of meaning, whether to provide information, ask questions, or give comments. In this text, we all dive into specific components. The first, subject, the actor or focus of this sentence. The second, finite, the verb that carries tense or modality, showing when something happened or how certain it is. The third, mood adjunct, extra information that sets the context, like time, place, or feelings. The fourth, mood, the overall sentence type, declarative for statement, interrogative for question, or imperative for comments. Today, session will not only teach you how to analyze text but also deepen your appreciation for how language works in storytelling. Let's take a look together. Before we discuss the problem, I will explain a little definition of interpersonal analysis. Interpersonal analysis is an approach and discourse analysis that focus on the social aspect and interaction between individuals in communication. This concept is often used in systemic functional linguistics or SFL to understand how language reflects, constructs, and influences relationship between participants in communication. Key elements of international analysis. The first, mood. The grammatical structure used in the sentence, such as statement, declarative, question, interrogative, or comments, imperative, which reflects the speaker's intention. The second, modality, the level of courtesy, obligation, or possibility in communication, such as the use of words like must, might, or should. The third, appraisal, language choices to express attitudes, evaluation, or feelings about something, indicating whether the speaker takes a positive or negative stance. The fourth, tenor, the relationship between the speaker and the listener, such as the level of formality, power dynamics, or familiarity. Interpersonal analysis helps identify the dynamics of social relationship and how language is used to create or influence choose relationships. This type of analysis is often applied in education, media, communication studies, and social research. And here are the definition of finite, mood adjunct, and declarative mood in systemic functional linguistics or SFL. The first, finite. Finite is an element in a clause that indicates the sentence or modality of a statement. It connects the clause to the context of reality, both in terms of time, present, past, or future, and degree of certainty of obligation. The finite is usually an auxiliary verb or main verb combined with a subject. The second, mood adjunct. Mood adjunct are words or verbs used in clauses to provide additional information about the speaker's attitude, frequency, or level of belief in an action. Mood adjunct differs from circumstantial adjunct in that it relates to the impersonal position in the communication, not the situation or location. Mood adjunct usually appear at the beginning or before the main verb in the clause. The third, declarative mood. Declarative mood is a type of mood in clause structure that is used to state facts, provide information, or make statement. This mood is characterized by the arrangement of the subject followed by the finite or main verb. Characteristic, structure, subject plus finite or predicate. Purpose of communication, to give information or make a statement. The declarative mood is often used in everyday conversation to share information or opinions. The summary, finite, an element that indicates time or modality in a clause. Mood adjunct, additional information about the speaker attitude, frequency, or belief. Declarative mood, a mood structure used to convey a statement or information. The text we are analyzing is a personal narrative. The purpose of this type of writing is to share experience in a structured and engaging way. To achieve this, the author used mostly declarative sentence. Why? Declarative sentences are the most effective for providing the light information and narrative events. Beyond sentence types, the text also use mood adjunct strategically. These elements, like last year, on the first day, or by the end of the week, help set stage for the reader answering questions like when did this happen or how did the author feel. As we break the text down paragraph by paragraph, keep an eye out for how these components work together to create a cohesive and vivid narrative. Let's begin with paragraph 1, which introduces the setting and context of the narrative. Sentence 1. Last year, I had the opportunity to attend an international education conference in Bali. Subject I. The focus is on the author's personal experience. Finite had. This verb is in the past tense, establishing that the event is in the past. Mood adjunct, last year. This adds a clear time frame, giving readers context. Mood declarative, the sentence provides information. The next sentence builds on this. It was my first time visiting the islands, and I was both excited and nervous. Clause 1, subject it, refers to the experience of visiting Bali. Finite was indicates past tense. Mood adjunct known in this clause. Mood declarative. Clause 2. Subject I. The author shifts focus to their emotion. Finite voice. Mood adjunct both excited and nervous, describing the emotional state. Mood declarative. Lastly, the conference was held in a large hotel by the beach with participants from various countries. Subject: the conference. Finite voice indicates a completed event. Mood adjunct noun. Mood declarative. This opening paragraph sets the scene effectively. Through mood adjunct, readers understand the time frame and emotional context, while declarative sentences lay out clear information. Moving on to paragraph 2, the focus shifts of specific activities during the conference. On the first day, I attended several workshops on innovative teaching strategies. Subject I. The focus remains on the author. Finite attended, past tense verb indicating completed actions. Mood adjunct. On the first day, this style used when the event occurred. Mood declarative. Next, where I learned new method to engage students in the classroom. Subject I. Finite learned. Mood adjunct noun. Mood declarative. This sentence shows a transition from participation to learning, demonstrating how the conference benefits the author's professional growth. The text then shifts to social and cultural experience. During the breaks, I explored the local area with some fellow educators. Subject I. Finite explored. Mood adjunct during the breaks indicates when this exploration took place. Mood declarative. Finally, we visit temples, taste traditional Balinese food, and watch a cultural dance performance. This sentence includes 3 clauses. The first, subject we, finite visit. The second, subject we, finite taste. The third, subject we, finite watch. All clauses use declarative mood, emphasizing shared experience. This paragraph showcases a balance between professional and cultural engagement, creating a well-rounded narrative. Finally, in paragraph 3, the author reflects on the highlights on the trip. The highlight of the trip was meeting new colleges and ingenious ideas. Subject: the highlight of the trip. Finite was. Mood adjunct noun. Mood declarative. Next, I gained valuable insight not only for my career but also about the importance of education in different parts of the world. Subject I. Finite gained. Mood adjunct not only for my career but also about the importance of education in different parts of the world. This explains the scope of the insight. Mood declarative. The final sentence ties everything together. By the end of the week, I felt inspired and energized ready to apply what I had learned to my own teaching. Subject I, finite felt, mood adjunct by the end of the week, mood declarative. This paragraph emphasizes personal growth and professional inspiration, which is a wonderful way to conclude the narrative. The conclusion: most clauses in the text are declarative, showing that the purpose is to provide information or narrative and experience. Mood adjunct, such as last year, on the first day, and by the end of the week, provide contextual details like time. Subjects are primarily first person singular I and plural form we to indicate personal experience and shared activities. Thank you for joining me in analyzing the mood system entitled My Days in Bali. We have seen how declarative sentence and well-placed mood adjunct can make a narrative interesting and informative. I hope this session helped you be better understand functional grammar and its role in storytelling. Apologies if there are any mistakes. Maybe this is all the explanation about analysis of mood system. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.